Yeah, the leadership program I think is an exciting program. I get the opportunity to talk about a number of topics. Very passionate about the leadership journey and what it takes for us to go from good leader to great leadership. So we'll be talking about character, we'll be talking about competencies, we'll be talking about the importance of commitment to the role of leadership. We also talk about leadership transitions, what happens when people get promoted and what changes in terms of expectations, etc. There's a change component to all of that. Oftentimes when we get promoted, when we're making these leadership transitions, there's personal, individual change, but we're also expected to lead change in organizations. What does that look like? And finally, I would say there's an important teaming component to this, because hardly ever do we work alone. And to work in teams can be quite challenging. And so what does it take to be a good leader, team leader, but also a good team member? So those are some of the topics that we will be discussing in the program.
This is the program for the senior leadership. So if you have experience 5+ years in being the leader, if you already have some experience and you're ready to share the experience with our participants, if you are ready to reflect on your experience using the cases and models which are given by our professors. So definitely this program is for you. So it's like mature leaders. CEOs, C-level managers, owners of the companies, you are more than welcome. So first value of this program, we're working with the practical cases, and most of the time we have most of the heroes of these cases in this program, which is the, not every program can give such a great possibility to talk to people about whom you were reading the case and working on it like 30 minutes ago. So this is the first thing, I think, not the main, but first which is coming to my mind. Another one, definitely we have two different perspectives. We have professors from different parts of the world, and even though we're working on the same projects, we have the Western perspective from Canada and we have domestic perspective from Ukraine, so which can help us to give the maximum adaptation to Ukrainian reality of the worldwide knowledge and experience.
Of course, the learning outcomes is a joint responsibility between the faculty and the students. What a tragedy it would be that by the end of the program, you, the student, or you, the leader, are no better than when you started the program. So it's a joint responsibility to learn, set goals, and strive towards personal improvement.
And definitely you'll have possibility to work with one of the best professionals as a part of the faculty of Ukrainian Catholic University, and best professionals are the students who are attending this program.
I think one of the things that makes the program unique is the way we teach. We use cases that are written by the faculty, most of the faculty anyway, about real stories, real people, real challenges, looking for real solutions, and oftentimes we're able to provide people with the outcome that gives them insight in that decision-making process they articulated into the classroom. So hopefully, kind of the uniqueness of it all is that people walk away from the class and actually are willing and able to implement some of those learnings almost immediately. That's at least how I see my role as a contributor to the learning in the classroom.
And I would add that we are working with the leadership character framework. And if I'm not mistaken, for now, we're the only institution in Ukraine who have solid knowledges working on the research and writing the cases on the topic of the character of the leaders. So we are working with the different tools, with a different approach, but everything is based on the character. And I think it's more than a unique thing in our program.
So we ask the participants to come to class prepared, having read a case, a real story about real people, real leaders facing real challenges. People might be familiar with the organization or maybe not. Sometimes we have to disguise a particular organization given what exactly happened. And then we put a person in the role of the actual decision maker. What would you do? Why? And how would you do it? So we take people through the thought process, so to speak, and typically a great case is one that has robust conversation. I can think of a case that I teach where it's typically around 50-50. 50% of the participants says no, 50% of the participants says yes. Now we're going to have like half an hour of a great conversation. That's the case you would like to have different perspectives, testing hypotheses, assumptions, and then walking away with some great insights. The brand mantra of my home school is real world leadership, and it will certainly be my contribution to this particular program. See, the other thing I would say is that the participants in this program will be mature leaders. Probably the last thing they need at this stage in their career is yet another lecture. So we won't lecture, we'll do case studies that inspire some great conversations, not lecturing.
We started to talk with this program a lot about reflection, and a lot about discussion, and a lot about understanding. So different leaders will come with their different challenges in their life. So most probably they can get their different answers. Yeah, definitely we have some theoretical models which will be equal for everyone. So, but you can find these theoretical models in the internet, you know. Definitely we will work on some skills, but in order to make the skills, as an example, how to give the right feedback, yeah, just it's a skill, but you'll need like 90, maybe 120 more days in order that its skill will work. But I think that the main valuable outcome of this program is a reflection on your particular challenges which you have as a senior leader, and if not getting answers for these challenges, at least 100% get in the direction where should I dig more in order to get these answers and to get into my practice. I would add, like Gerard mentioned, that what is the program when you are not coming at least a bit better leader after this program? What is the value of such a program for our students? So definitely, I hope so, and I believe so, that you will become at least a bit better leader than before the program.
Okay, I called it a return on UKUU. Right? It's a return, and that's a responsibility that we all share, both the faculty and the participants. The return really is to reflect on those cases. What are the 3 things that actually learned from the conversation? Maybe already knew 2 of them, but they were reinforced in terms of its importance. And then most important, and the faculty would challenge, what are you going to do with that information? I'll give you 2 examples. Right? If you meet the person that sponsored you and said, well, how did this week go? What would you tell him or her? What is the one key message? You've been away from your team for about 3, 4, 5 days. You're going to meet your team. What will you tell the team that you've learned? And then most importantly, how will you change? What is your personal development plan? We're not asking you to change the world, but what are the course corrections that you're going to make so that you're going to be an even better leader than you were yesterday? That's the return on UKUU.
See you at the UKUU Business School.